What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Pitching Ninja's Filthiest Pitches of the Day. I am Pitching Ninja, and I'm here with a very thankful Will Leahey.
That's right, Ninja. Just a quick shout out to the generosity of Ninja Nation. Noah Warren, John42, and Jesse Zierks. Hope I didn't butcher that, Jesse. Thank you so much for your generosity. Really, truly incredible.
Yeah, guys, thanks for giving your super thanks on this channel. All this stuff goes to Will for his new kid. Let's celebrate him. He's a great dude. And the kid's going to be a great kid. We know this.
That's right.
It's a girl.
Hoping so, Ninja. Now, thanks everyone, and thanks Ninja for opening that up. But so, Ninja, we got problems down in DC. The Nationals are in a little bit of disarray, even though they won this game. We got fed up third baseman shoving pitchers, which we've seen this before actually in the Nationals clubhouse with players trying to get other players in line. Do you like seeing this, Ninja, in the clubhouse?
I don't know if I like seeing it. I know it happens. And you know what? Players hold themselves accountable. I have no problem with that. In life, it's way better for teammates to hold themselves accountable and each other accountable than it is for a manager to come in and do all that stuff. When you saw the Scherzer Strasburg thing, everybody knows Scherzer famously holds himself to a very high standard. And I think in that case, he just didn't like Strasburg's body language going to the dugout after he gave up some runs, got in his face, and it actually turned their season around. People thought that clubhouse was falling apart, and instead it made them gel. It got the best out of Strasburg, and he pitched really well down the stretch for them, winning a World Series. These Nats probably not going to win the World Series this year. I think this play stemmed from, it looked like Nick Senzel, maybe Gore didn't think he gave it full effort, kind of lollygagged over the ball, routine throw instead of realizing he had to really make a fantastic play to get the runner here. And I think he thought he just dogged it a little bit. That's my guess. You don't see much in this play. Would he got it with 100% effort? Maybe not, but I understand Gore, a little frustrated. You're on the bump. You want your teammates to play hard behind you because you're on there giving it your all. I'm fine with it. Unless it happens over and over again, then you're a dick. MacKenzie Gore pitched fantastic yesterday. He had 10 Ks in 7 innings, giving up only 1 run, 5 hits. He led the day in swings and misses, so he certainly was not a problem on the bump. Just might have came out in a bad mood. He had these elevated fastballs, these sliders for a sword, and this sword was actually matter-of-factly called correctly by Bob Carpenter.
There's a sword.
Gore also had these curveballs and had this changeup that Bob Carpenter called a heater for some reason.
And then it sets up the heater. De La Cruz a little tardy.
We all know MacKenzie Gore does not throw fastballs at that velo.
We've handled it in here. I think the biggest thing is that was, that's something that I can't do. But I'm going to leave it at that. That's on me. But look, it's in here. We figured it out, and it's just that was more something that can't happen. But we played a great game today, and got a chance to win a series tomorrow.
Kyle Gibson had 6 Ks and 7 scoreless innings, giving up only 2 hits as the Cards declawed the Cubs 3-0. Gibson had these 2-seamers, changeup, and his ERA this year is a solid 3.44. He faced Jordan Wicks, who had 2 Ks in 1 2/3 innings, giving up no hits, but Jordan Wicks had to leave the game due to an oblique injury. That sucks. I like him. We met him in the All-Star game. He's a good dude. Luis Gil was pretty solid yesterday with 6 strikeouts in 5 innings, giving up 1 run. He had 4 walks. It ran his pitch count up to 104 because his command was average, below average for him. He had these fastballs up to 100 miles an hour, which was not average. He was bringing it. And also had this elevated 99-mile-an-hour heater for his sword. And he had this changeup that was 95.1 miles an hour, which is Gil's fastest changeup ever for a strike. Was it enough to beat the Red Sox, Will?
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was. Yeah, get fired up about it. I know you're a Red Sox fan, but you got beat by one of the best. 8-1.
Yeah, it's great. And Verdugo had this tank in his return. It's not our season, Ninja. Next year, we're taking it down.
Gil outdueled Brian Bayo, who had 5 Ks in 4 2/3 innings, giving up 4 earned runs, and these sliders and painted with it. The one question I have on Gil this year, 104 pitches, a lot of pitches, coming back from Tommy John. I wonder how long he's going to go this year before load management takes its toll and they decide to hold him back. I know the Yankees actually said they weren't really thinking about it because there's no real science behind load management other than to constantly increase load till you get to 100%. I kind of like that, but at some point, maybe they'll have to do something. And luckily, help is on the way because Garrett Cole pitched in a rehab assignment yesterday and freaking dominated with 10 strikeouts and 4 1/3 innings, giving up 2 hits, no earned runs, and threw 70 pitches. He looks pretty much ready to come back. And when he does, we keep talking about the Yankees have a starting pitching problem, but maybe it's not so much of a problem. Maybe you just go to a longer rotation or you skip somebody every once in a while, keep them fresh. I think this is going to be a good setup for the Yankees. The Phillies grounded the Orioles yesterday, 5-3. Ranger Suarez had 6 Ks and 6 2/3 innings, giving up 1 run. And really, the story of this game was Rangers changers. He threw changeups a ton, and he looked really good with it. He also painted with this 2-seamer and had this curveball. Ranger faced Kyle Bradish, who had 4 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 2 runs. He had this 99-mile-an-hour heater, which was the fastest of his career. This even caused an Orioles fan to taunt a Phillies fan in the stands. Bradish also had this 89-mile-an-hour slider, but was pulled from the game late because his velo got down to 93 miles an hour and left the game with some elbow discomfort. Prayers up for Kyle Bradish. Love watching this dude pitch. The Guardians beat the Blue Jays 3-1. Logan Allen, not spectacular, still had 3 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 1 run and had these fastballs. He faced Kevin Gausman, who had 6 Ks in 5 1/3 innings, giving up 3 runs. Gausman had these fastballs and splitters, but his velo was down this game by about 2 miles an hour. And I'm getting kind of nervous with Gausman's velo going up and down. This just really hasn't been his year. The Mets did not met and won again, 3-2. Look at them. Sean Manaea with 7 Ks in 5 innings, giving up only 1 run. He had these fastballs and painted with it. And this absolutely filthy back foot sweeper. I mean, this is legit nasty. He faced Matt Waldron, who had 2 Ks in 7 innings, giving up 2 runs. Waldron had this painted knuckleball. Here's a front view of his knuckleball leaving his hand. This is kind of fun. He also had this very nice 69-mile-an-hour knuckleball that ended up finding Nemo. The Braves sailed past the Rays 7-3 because Chris Sale had 7 Ks in 7 innings, giving up 2 runs. He had these fastballs and sliders, including this unfair back foot slider. I freaking love Chris Sale when he's throwing these wicked sliders. He was second in the day in swings and misses with 17. The Reds topped the Brewers 6-5 behind Hunter Green, who had 5 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 2 runs. Green had this 99-mile-an-hour heater, but had a bunch of 100s. I mean, just bringing it. I love it when the big man brings this heat. Faced Freddie Peralta, who had 6 Ks, but gave up 6 runs in 5 1/3 innings. Had this slider and fastball. He has been terrible this month with a 7.9 ERA. I mean, Freddie Peralta was supposed to be a Cy Young contender, Will.
Yeah, he really fell off the face of the earth here, Ninja.
It's too bad. I kind of like fastball Freddie. Simeon Woods Richardson had 4 Ks in 4 innings, giving up 4 runs on 4 hits and 4 walks. It was a pretty forgettable outing for SWR. He had these fastballs, but still, the Twins beat the A's 6-5. He faced Mitch Spence, who had these sliders and 3 Ks in 5 2/3 innings, giving up 4 runs. Luis Castillo had 7 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 2 runs. Pretty much a standard Castillo outing. He had these fastballs up in the zone, and he can do this over and over again because look at his arm angle, look how low it is. And if he throws those fastballs up in the zone, it's almost like an optical illusion for the hitters. They tend to swing under them. Castillo helped the Mariners beat the Rangers 3-2. The Rangers threw Andrew Heaney, who had 4 Ks in 4 2/3 innings, giving up 3 runs. He had these sliders, including this Expelliarmus slider. Carmen Majinski was the opener yesterday and looked really good. He had 2 Ks in 1 inning, giving up only 1 hit on these heaters. And he helped the Pirates scale the Rockies 5-2. He faced Ryan Feltner, who had 8 Ks in 6 2/3 innings, giving up 4 runs. Feltner had these fastballs, these changeups, and curveballs. Ryan Nelson had 8 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 1 run. He had this elevated fastball, this changeup, curveball, and slider. As the D-backs beat the White Sox like they were the White Sox, 7-1. He faced Chris the Snake Flexen, who had 2 Ks in 3 1/3 innings, but gave up 6 runs, 4 of them earned. And Flexen had this changeup. Gavin Stone had a kind of average-ish start. He had 3 Ks in 7 innings, giving up 3 runs, but got the job done. He had this changeup and sinker as the Dodgers slipped by the Royals 4-3. He faced Cole Reagans, who, honestly, this was a below-average outing for Cole Reagans. He had 4 Ks in 7 innings, giving up 3 runs, had this fastball, changeup, and slider. I hold Cole Reagans to a very high standard because he's one of the best pitchers in baseball. The Angels flew past the Giants 8-6 behind Tyler Anderson, who had 5 Ks in 5 1/3 innings, giving up 5 hits and 5 walks. 5s are wild. He had this fastball and changeup. Tarek Skubal had this odd bad start for him. He had 2 Ks in 6 1/3 innings, giving up 4 runs as the Astros handled the Tigers 4-0. After the game, Tarek Skubal said he really felt he only made one bad pitch, and that was to Bregman on a middle sinker for a triple, but just wasn't feeling it yesterday. He faced Hunter Brown, who was probably the filthiest pitcher of the day yesterday. And I don't know if you remember earlier in the season where Hunter Brown had the worst outing ever in the history of baseball, but Hunter Brown has turned it around. 9 Ks in 7 scoreless innings, giving up 5 hits and no walks. He had these cutters, these sliders, these knuckle curves. And I love this sequence. We had this fastball on an 0-2 count, just up, missing the top of the zone, and follows it up with a knuckle curve exactly in that same tunnel. Here's an overlay of it. Perfect tunneling. As a hitter, you think he's going to do it to you again and trying to get you to chase, but instead, you get this knuckle curve that catches the zone. The big turnaround for Brown this year was he added a sinker. I think in May, he added this sinker, which has about 10 inches more run on it than his fastball, and really uses it to attack right-handed hitters. I mean, he blows up bats with it. It's a tough pitch when you think you're getting a 95-mile-an-hour four-seamer and you get this sinker. In fact, his sinker was his most used pitch yesterday. He threw 28 sinkers yesterday. 29% of his pitches were these two-seamers. Now onto my filthiest relievers. Keegan Aiken had 4 Ks in 3 perfect innings with his fastballs and changeup. Raldis Chapman had 3 Ks, one of them being on a 102-mile-an-hour fastball. He also got a K on this one that wasn't a strike, but knowing Raldis' penchant for walking people, he'll definitely take it. Emmanuel Clase had this 101-mile-an-hour cutter. Cue the trumpets. Edwin Diaz had this 100-mile-an-hour fastball and slider. Carlos Estevez had this 98-mile-an-hour heater. Josh Hader painted with this heater. Kyle Hendricks had this sword on a curveball. And since Kyle Hendricks is a reliever, doesn't he need an entrance song? Shouldn't he go with something really hard, like a heavy metal thing?
Yeah, maybe some Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah, freaking A, yeah. Get him out there, this whole straight face, and then coming out and throwing that 87-mile-an-hour fuzz. Sam Henches had this wicked curveball. Ben Joyce had this 102-mile-an-hour gas. Zach Kelly had these cutters and sweepers and picked up a sword. Luke Little had these wicked sweepers. Mason Miller had this 101-mile-an-hour, changeup for him. No, it was a fastball. Let's not kid around. And Andres Munoz had this slider and fastballs. My top 5 filthiest pitches of the day yesterday. At number 5, I'm going to give it to Matt Waldron just because I love knuckleballs. He wasn't particularly even good yesterday, but knuckleballs, you make the top 5. At number 4, we have MacKenzie Gore and his pitches and punches. At number 3, Hunter Brown and his nasty stuff. Really good yesterday. At number 2, we have this curveball from Jhoan Duran. It's really filthy. Look at that movement. And at number 1, I'm going to give it to Chris Sale for his back foot slider. And now my pitching ninja moment of Zen.
I don't care.
Man.
CB was terrible. CB stands for confused brother, okay?
We need to clip this
so
because
good.
I'm going to use this every time he blows a call from now on.
My picks of the day today are a 3-leg parlay. I'm going to start out with Jared Jones for 7 Ks or more, then take Shota Imanaga for 6 Ks or more, and top it off with Yoshinobu Yamamoto for 6 Ks or more. What would your picks of the day be?